All right, now I want to talk to you about what I call the Spartan Battle Plan. And this is a roadmap custom to you based on where your obstacles are based on the Spartan X-ray. Okay, and this uses the lens of 80/20, which you watched earlier, so that we're focusing on only the activities that drive the biggest results. And I really want you to understand and if a guy wants to get results, he has to embrace this concept that you don't need to be doing everything. In fact, if somebody's trying to do everything, he's screwed from the start, and he's not going to get the results because it's just diluting his efforts. And what it comes down to is willpower and energy. And these are finite resources. I only have so much willpower, you only have so much willpower, and it's not something that we're born with a massive amount. So we have to be strategic about where we invest it so that we then get more willpower. And that's why I call this the battle plan, because I like to think of willpower as like troops, okay? Like, how many troops do I have to conquer these three areas? And the three areas are the Spartan body triad. You may have seen my video on that in YouTube, but that is training, food intake, and recovery. Okay, these are the three areas that affect how your physique looks and how your training results come or don't come. And think of them as like, it's kind of like this is a combination lock, okay? And what happens with a lot of guys is they try to change all these numbers at one time, and they never get the results because there's just too many variables. Instead, we want to focus on just the training and find the right number there, get that locked in. Then the food intake, get that locked in. Then the recovery, get that locked in. So based on your Spartan X-ray results, you'll get a custom prescription of where you need to focus and where inside you need to focus to get the results. Again, this is based on 80/20. But what happens is, the reason this is a battle plan and that it works is that once you get this conquered, say once we get the training conquered, now you've captured more troops. So you have more willpower. And you have double the troops to go in and conquer food intake. And when that's conquered, you have even more troops to conquer the recovery. Whereas if you try to conquer all three at the same time, you're starting with just your single battalion and dividing it against three very difficult forces, especially food intake. Food intake is one of the most challenging spots for guys. It certainly helps lead to the most results, but it's also the most troop or willpower intensive. So usually, again, your results may be different, so check your email to see what the battle plan says for you. But usually we start with training and win that battle because that's going to give us the troops, like I said, to win the food intake and then clean up on the recovery side. And so when you follow this systematic process, now you don't have to worry about, this kind of solves the problem of finding the right training advice. Because the challenge is, like, let's be honest, there's no secret workout program that you haven't found online, and that's the reason that you're not in shape. Because there's millions of workouts online, there's millions of YouTube videos. So if there's millions of those and you still don't have the body that you want, well, the problem is not that you need more of them. The problem is the approach in how guys go through trying to complete them. And this falls on the trainer's side, the fault of trainers trying to get guys to do too much at one time. That's why Spartan Rise, my system, is totally unlike anything else, because we focus from a strategic standpoint with this battle plan to help you win those battles. But that's what I want you to think about in the rest of your training life. Is like, okay, have I unlocked the training portion of my battle plan? Have I unlocked the food intake? Have I unlocked the recovery? And there are three key points in each of these that will tell you if you've unlocked them. Again, your Spartan battle plan will tell you what those are based on what you need. But I want you to understand the framework first before you dive in.